Hello, this is Anthony Anglum, and the topic for today's speech is how to train and run for a marathon. I'll give you a little background on myself first in regards to marathons. I started running in my early 30s, and over the course of, I'd say it was about, I'm not sure how many years, I somehow ran 28 marathons. And the distance for all marathons is the same, 26.2 miles. And I'll start a little bit with, let's start with the training process. Running a marathon is a great feat if you could accomplish it. And I'm going to start with people that have been running. Let's say when they go for a run, a lot of people starting there running 5 miles a day, 3 to 5 times a week. And I'm going to take that group and target that group in this quick little thing on marathon running. What you should do is you want to start training for your marathon about 2 months before the actual date of the marathon. And let's say you run 5 to 6 miles a day when you run. Let's take the first 5 weeks. We want to gradually increase it by 2 to 2.5 miles a week. So after 5 weeks of training, you'll be able to go out on a weekend and do a 16-mile training run. That means you want to run the 16 miles, stay hydrated, and then you're going to, during the week after the first 5 weeks, what you want to do is you want to just take it easy and just run. When you feel comfortable running 3 to 5 miles a day, go ahead and do it. But leave your weekend open either Saturday or Sunday to add 2 miles more a week for 2 weeks. So you're going to do a 18-mile run on week 6. You're going to do a 20-mile run on week 7. And after week 7, that's going to give you 1 week of not hardly doing nothing leading up to the marathon. You could loosen up, stretch and loosen up by running maybe, 3 miles a day when you feel comfortable. You're going to want to do something because your body's used to it. Your body's been conditioned now. So you're conditioned to run 20 miles now, and the marathon is 26.2. Okay, another quick thing before we go any farther is I want to talk a little bit about nutrition. It's very, very important as you're increasing your mileage to take in a lot more water. Gatorade is great. You want to increase your carbs, always cut back on your fat grams, but also what's very important I've found through the years of running these things is to have power bars and power gel on you during your long training runs. They supply extra energy for you. I would take them at the 7-8 mile mark, 15 mile mark, and possibly I'd start just drinking down some gel anywhere after 15 miles. Your body's going to go through a lot of changes as you do the marathon. You're going to get to a point where your body's going to want to shut down on you. It happens with different people. It could be anywhere from I'd say 12 miles on, your body starts changing. And what happens is you start going through these changes when you're running, and you get these feelings of euphoria where, wow, I can't even feel my legs, to, oh my God, I think I'm going to die here. And that's the way it is. But we've got you conditioned to run the 20 miles. You can run 20, you can run 26.2. And let's go now to the days before the marathon. Let's say if you're close by the marathon, it's a lot easier. But most marathons you got to take usually a plane to get to it. You got to take a plane to get to it. You want to get to the city it's in at least a couple days beforehand. And what you want to do when you get there is you want to take a ride in your rental car, and you want to ride the course. You find out where the course starts. It'll all be marked out for you. You ride the course, check the terrain. Very important if it's going to be hilly, what have you. And what you want to do is kind of envision running the course. Look for the spots that are going to be hard and the spots that are going to be easy. Another very important thing about running the marathon is making sure you check the weather report. It's all is conducive and you're getting the right amount of hydration in your body before you run the marathon. And what I usually did was the night before the marathon, I'll give you 2 scenarios. Okay, in San Francisco, the weather's always kind of foggy or cool. The marathons always start early. I think San Francisco always started like 7. You wouldn't have to hydrate up as much because your body wasn't going to be just leaking out the fluid as much. Now, let's take on the extreme difference of that, let's say Honolulu. Honolulu starts at 5 a.m. because of the heat, and you got to hydrate the night before a lot. It means you're going to be getting up a couple times in a hot weather environment. You're going to be getting up a couple times during the night just to release some of the fluid, but it's going to store that extra in there anyway. So hydration is very important. Hydration and diet is very important. You want to carb up a lot the night before the marathon. Usually all the marathons, they have a big feed where they carb you up. And then when it comes to race day, this is very exciting. There's a common rapport among runners, and now even if you were only running 20 miles a week, now you're a runner because you're going to be amongst people that are like you. They're just their first marathon. You're going to have people that ran 50 marathons. The thing about it, everybody's really nice to you. It's a very good environment. There's a lot of people picking each other up, and people tend to know who's more nervous. But the main thing is not, when you start the marathon, is not to go out too fast. You're excited and you tend to go out of the gate. I know I did it several times. You go out of the gate and you're so full of adrenaline that you're going out too fast, and that could haunt you in the long run. During this run, it depends on who you are and what your body's made of. You're going to have highs and lows big time. You're going to go through a periods of time during this run where you're going to want to stop. I say you got to continue to move as much as you can. Don't want to. You will have these low spots followed by high spots where the endorphins take over and you actually get a feeling of euphoria where you don't really feel like you're even running. And this happens a couple times during the race. And now let's say I'm going to put you at about 20 miles. That's as long as you've ran, let's say, ever. You're probably feeling pretty good still, but you're going to hit something. It always hits me around 23, where you just don't want it. You want to die. And then somehow you get pulled through. I know the Lord's working with you here. And you're able to stress it out, and then just getting past that finish line. I don't care if you ran 100 marathons or you ran your first. It's a great feeling. I can't remember what this one guy told me about a person that finished the marathon, but it's just incredible. It's a feat. It really is. And when you completed it, it's really a feat. 26.2 miles is a long ways. And the one thing I wanted to add there on that is, you know, with so much experience I had in running them, I have as much respect for the guy that takes 6 hours to complete that marathon as the guy that runs the race, man. Because anybody that finished the marathon is a hero in my book. And in my life today, I'd like to state that I can no longer run. I was addicted to alcohol for many years, and it took something I loved very much away from me. But by coming here to the Dream Center, I have found something that is a lot better than running. And I'm able to walk now, and I have the Lord in my life that runs through me, the Spirit runs through me. And I didn't have this when I completed all those marathons. I could just imagine how much better I might have did if I had Jesus in my life. And now I have him in my life, and I'm so eternally grateful for that. And with that, I'd like to say God bless you, and goodbye.